just 4 sleeps until the Pro Bowl. And you can get all your info you need to get set for all of that action right here on Good Morning Football. My name's Kay. We've got Nick Burleson, Kyle Brandt as usual, but GMFU Weekend fam, Mikey G is here. What's up?
Anybody know Schrager's password? I just tweeted it out. Tweet us your best replies at Mike Garafolo, hashtag Peter's password.
Oh, I like that. So this is Peter's Surface. You need to log in. I think it's Mahomes. Just try that.
Bomb.
Right.
Atomic bomb.
Atomic bomb. Anything Mahomes related
Iced
will work.
coffee.
No?
Maybe Showtime? Maybe Showtime.
Mahomes with a heart, perhaps.
I've been deeper dive.
You guys can
Don't
tweet
do that.
those answers at hashtag GMFB. It is time for the lead block.
Time for the lead block.
Let's talk Super Bowl, shall we? Tom Brady and Bill Belichick are 1 win away from their 6th Super Bowl ring as a coach-quarterback duo. We've broken down what another Super Bowl win would mean for the Pats. Let's talk big picture now. What would a win for the Patriots in Super Bowl 53 mean for the rest of the NFL and the landscape? And in Schrager's word, maybe this is it, the ecosystem of the National Football League, Mike.
Okay, since this is Schrager's kind of deal, I'll take it first. What would a Pats win? It would demoralize the rest of the NFL.
Yeah?
I mean, think about all the things that they went through this year. Tom Brady wasn't looking sharp because he didn't have his normal full offseason. Gronk wasn't the full Gronk. He had ankle issues. He had back issues. Something's off with this team completely. Josh Gordon, that situation was like a bomb in the middle of their season that went off there. Like that was the guy that they needed to be the guy down the field.
He's 41.
He's 41. He's getting and after all of this, they're going to win the Super Bowl? These scrappy underdogs are going to pull it off? Are you kidding me? Everybody else is going to say, when is this ever going to end? Maybe it never will end. Maybe it's just they built this culture. Yes, Brady's going to retire eventually, but then somebody's just going to come in and replace him. It's just going to be a fatalistic view from the rest of the NFL, particularly the AFC East, I would think.
Well, you say that it demoralizes them. I say it's going to invigorate the rest of the league. I feel like they're going to see this and they're going to think to themselves, it's almost over.
Okay.
18 consecutive winning seasons.
Yeah.
9th Super Bowl trip. To put that in perspective, Joe Montana and Terry Bradshaw combined for 8. So if you're the league, you're sitting back and you're thinking to yourself, all good things must come to an end. And I feel like this is the beginning of the end. This isn't saying that the dynasty can't continue or they won't win anymore. But for me, it's about watching Brady do it one more time, watching Belichick do it one more time. And if you're the rest of the league, you're sitting back saying, okay, you guys got your final Super Bowl. Now let us get a piece of the pie.
I tend to agree with Mike. If these Patriots win the Super Bowl, it's like the ultimate Nelson Muntz. Like, you look at this. This came out in New York the day after the Patriots got in the Super Bowl. Public enemy number 1, Tom Brady makes Super Bowl italics again. It's like they've gotten to the point where with the Patriots where everyone just wants to throw up. I think they're even past that point now where they've already thrown up and they're just numb. I look at the 9 Super Bowl teams that have gotten there for the Patriots. I think this is number 9 of the 9 teams in terms of talent and roster. I'll even take 3, if not 4, non-Super Bowl Patriots teams over this team. So it's like, I know they're good and they're not. This Patriots team won the whole thing. I look at the 31 other teams. Aren't they like, we have good players. We have good football. We're scouting. We're at the Shrine Game. We're doing everything the Patriots are doing. And yet 18 years, flip a coin, we can't beat this team. It makes you want to be sick, but I think the resignation sets in, and I don't know if he's going to retire. Brady could have 4 more seasons in him. It's nuts.
He's made it very clear that he wants to come back. So do you think he's more likely, let's say hypothetically, if you're Tom Brady, more likely to walk away sooner than later if he does grab this ring or if he doesn't?
I think less likely. Like, I think there's something we have as sports fans over the last 20 years that you start to see an age someone is, and you know, well, they're going to retire. Montana, Marino, you get to your late 30s, you're almost done. Brady's a year away from an MVP season.
Yeah.
There's nothing about anything that we see from him that says he should retire other than how old he is, which is ridiculous. I think Brady wants to win 8 Super Bowls. It's close.
I go back to what I said about the offseason because I think if they hadn't won this year, if they'd fallen off before they even got to the AFC Championship game, he would say, I guess I can't do it that way. I either have to be all in or not. So if he wins this, he can go, well, you know what? Maybe I can do the little half in, half out. Spend a little more time with family, and maybe that'll extend my career.
But if they lose, that's back-to-back heartbreaking Super Bowl moments on the biggest stage. Losses there, like how much heartbreak can one super competitor take?
He has an insatiable appetite. When it comes to losing, he wants to always get revenge. When it comes to winning, he wants more. I've seen guys retire because of injury. I've seen guys retire because of championships. I've seen guys retire pure complacency and money that they got in the bank. Tom Brady has all of these things. He's had all of these things, and yet and still, here he is again in the Super Bowl. And I guarantee, regardless of the outcome, win or take an L, he's going to come back. And he's going to be in the playoffs once again, and he's going to contend for a Super Bowl once again.
Well, Kyle, let's flip it to the NFC side of things. And what would it mean for the NFL if the Rams get a win in Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta?
It's the NFL, it's the world, it's Planet McVay. We are living on Planet McVay. It'll become the MFL, the McVay Football League. We're gonna have a 22-year-old head coach in this league. I'm telling you, they'll just keep dropping it and dropping it and drop. You thought this guy was powerful in getting people jobs and having head-turning hires? That was before he'd even won a playoff game. Now he wins one in New Orleans. Now he beats the greatest ever. It's McVay, and it's a weird way. And I think that if they win the Super Bowl, the face of the league is a head coach. You can take all the players. I think it's the head coach. And in terms of the football itself, you look at what they're doing, and Nate's getting into this with the young quarterbacks. Look at a team like the Chiefs, the Bears, Dallas, who've got these young, unpaid quarterbacks. Let's do it now. Bring in a bunch of free agents and win now. That's the recipe, but it's the MFL if he wins this.
Yeah, I'm looking at these young quarterbacks that are watching Jared Goff on this journey. And to me, it's like watching a young dude with the old lady. And I'm talking about a cougar that's beautiful. And you're like,
Ashton and Demi?
You're like, he can get her. You know what? I got a shot to land the woman of my dreams.
Got it.
That's Goff, who has had this magical ride. And all these young quarterbacks are like, oh, Goff can get to the Super Bowl? Oh, that means I can. Josh Rosen, Sam Darnold, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, like you said, Mahomes, Mayfield, and Watson. All these individuals are saying, all right, I knew that I can do some big things in this league, but if Goff can get there at such a young age, at 24, these guys at 21, 22, 23, they're motivated more now than ever.
Trubisky?
Oh, yeah, Trubisky too as well.
I'm old enough to remember when winning the offseason meant you didn't win during the regular season.
Yeah.
The 2011 Eagles dream team. Remember how that one crumbled there? The Redskins, they had a bunch of off seasons where, oh my, look at these guys. Yeah, okay, talk to us in September. Rams went after it. Like you talked about, Kyle, when you've got that quarterback on that rookie deal, that's your window, go after it.
Yeah.
But the thing that I would caution the rest of these teams that are now going to try and file suit is make sure you've got the head coach that can handle it. Because for as much as we give Sean McVay credit for the schematics and all these things, one of the masterful things he's done this year is take all those big personalities, and we know they're big ones. Yeah, it's not just they went out and got good players. They got out these big personalities and brought them on. And he has been able to keep that thing together and keep them believing.
We talked about that a little bit earlier this morning, because I was thinking, who's the most exciting player on the Rams? There's so many to choose from. We spent a week on this show in the offseason, all these additions were happening, talking about how are they too combustible? Yeah. Is he biting off more than he can chew as the head coach at the age of 32? And there's not like, other than Marcus Peters, who's in a world of his own, there's not like a standout. They're all sort of reined in, focused on winning, and that is credit to the coach. I look at this a little differently, though, both sides, whether the Rams win or the Patriots win. Guys, I have weird feelings about the new wave of quarterbacks coming in and sort of having to bid adieu to the guys that I fell in love with in this game. I was like late 90s. I missed that wave of like your Elways and your Aikman and your Steve Young and your Marino. Like I didn't have to see them go away. I grew up with Drew Brees and I don't know an NFL without Tom Brady. So to whether he wins or loses, to sort of have that mortality behind that, Phillip Rivers, Drew Brees, all those guys, to have to sort of deal with them eventually going away, I think is sort of why I'm so resistant to these young quarterbacks in the league right now. I'm figuring this out. Like, why did I want Drew Brees up against Tom Brady in the Super Bowl? Because those are my guys. Like, I want to see one of them get it, or I want to see Brees get another one, or I want to see, like, I was so high on Phillip Rivers because I remember being in college and being like, he's so feisty. I love him. Or high school, all of it. Like, he was it for me. So it was very weird. I've never done, you guys are going to have to like emotionally help me through this new wave. I'm not kidding, of quarterbacks, because you watched football since you were a little kid. You saw that and accepted it. Like, I'm having a hard time witnessing the mortality of these quarterbacks who are all going to leave in a wave. The only thing I really remember, I mean, I grew up in Chicago, so Favre when I was little, and then Peyton Manning, who played forever.
And went out on top. I mean, I remember when Elway went on top. It was the best you could possibly do.
Either way, whoever wins, there's still this changing of the guard, torch passing that's happening within the next couple of years, and I don't know why it's harder for me to get on board than other people. Is that
I hear
weird?
that. Yeah, and I think a lot of people empathize with you probably in the league because Tom Brady retiring is going to change everything. I mean, if he wins this one and walks away, if he wins two more, we talked about their domination, maybe then Belichick walks away with him. It's almost like the Patriots aren't going to change. The entire sport is going to change, and it's waiting for Brady to walk away, but I don't know when it's going to be.
We're talking Eli, Big Ben, like who walks away
Rivers.
first, who has the most to gain. Like, we're seeing the end of the legacies of these quarterbacks. You're looking at me like...
I just
It's
want to
true.
I just want to know if you need a shoulder to cry on.
I
Is
kind
it
of
gonna
do.
be-
I'm being really sad about it. And as exciting as these new guys are, it is a great thing to know that the torch is being passed to some of the most exciting quarterbacks we've seen.
yeah.
Deshaun Watson, Mahomes,
It's actually pretty
Jared
cool.
Goff, Carson Wentz and company. So we're in a good spot, but still.
You're going to find a new
Get a
love.
little emotional.
Okay,
Okay.
I believe you.
I'm going to cry when Vinatieri retires.
Oh, right?
You know what I
You
mean?
can watch every